Are you foreseeing probably tension in the southeast?
Not just tension. There might not be election in the southeast, and by extension in Nigeria. So that's why.
Why do you think so?
Because people will be disappointed, and when people are fed up, they no longer fear anything again. The worst will be death, and when people no longer fear death, they have reached a limit where they become dangerous human beings.
All right, everyone, welcome back. Now, the detention of Nnamdi Kanu, as I've always said, has come to elicit a lot of reaction from every corner in the country. Now, in this particular video, we have NANS, that is Nigerian National Association of Nigerian Students President, talking about the incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu. Now, he said a lot of things in this video, which I believe will be of great and immense importance to watch out of development on Nnamdi Kanu. Now, Nnamdi Kanu is an individual that has continued to penetrate the hearts of Southeasterners, and especially the ordinary man in the East. Of course, the Southeastern leaders may not find him as a fascinating man, but deep down the heart of an average Southeasterner, he has been a man that has always blazed the trail. Some see him as a prophet, others see him as a leader. Now, he was just imprisoned and sentenced to life imprisonment, and then and we are approaching the 2027 general election. But in the opinion of this NANS leader, he said that Nigeria risks the opportunity of rather Nigeria may not possibly conduct election, may possibly not take place in Nigeria come 2027, or even in the East, Southeast, and that the issue of Nnamdi Kanu must be resolved before the 2027 general election. Now, we know that that election has Peter Obi. Definitely we have Peter Obi in the ballot if he's being considered as the flag bearer of ADC. No, he just left Labour Party to ADC, and then we continue to watch out if definitely he will be taken. Now, with the issue of Nnamdi Kanu at hand, and then the forthcoming election, some pundits are beginning to suggest that Nnamdi Kanu's matter needs to be resolved before an election can take place. Now, in this video, just as this NANS President stated, what's your opinion on the matter? Do you think that Nnamdi Kanu needs to be released from the prison before election can take place in Nigeria? Or do you think that the president himself will be doing himself a political harm if he continues to detain Nnamdi Kanu, because Igbos may likely not vote for him if Nnamdi Kanu isn't released? What's your opinion on this matter? Let's not forget that Obi may likely be part of that election if he comes in as a presidential candidate. And those in the southeast, I don't think those in the southeast may want to give up Obi because Nnamdi Kanu was released. But that is, by the way, that particular comment has nothing to do with this video. But of course, with the comment made by the president of National Association of Nigerian Students, what's your opinion on this matter? Do you think that Obi, rather the southeast may, or Nigeria may be engulfed in crisis if Nnamdi Kanu is not released? Hit me up in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, comment. Let me know what you think on this matter. I will see you in another one.
Are you foreseeing probably tension in the southeast?
Not just tension, there might not be election in the southeast, and by extension in Nigeria. So that's why.
Why do you think so?
Because people will be disappointed, and when people are fed up, they no longer fear anything again. The worst will be death, and when people no longer fear death, they have reached a limit where they become dangerous human beings, and that is where this judiciary is pushing us to, and that's the reason why the Mr. President needs to halt this, so that we don't get to that level.
Atiku Issa, who is the president of National Association of Nigerian Students. Comrade, good to see you.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure having you around.
Thank you for having me.
But again, comrade, are you the president or factional president? Which one are you? Because some other person is also claiming to be NANS President.
I think that has been laid to rest by the President and Commander-in-Chief, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and also the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa. A letter was written to me and I was addressed as the NANS President. I can show you. This is the letter. I was addressed as NANS President by the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, and I was invited on the instruction, on the directive of President Tinubu, through the Chief of Staff, Bajabiya Mila. The President and Commander-in-Chief asked me as the National President of NANS to meet with the Honorable Minister of Education. So that has been laid to rest. I don't want us to go back to what happened, and the person that is claiming, he can continue to claim. But who is in control of the entire Nigerian students? I am the one who is in control. I am in charge of all the affairs, and the President, of course, he is privileged to information more than all of us as the President of Nigeria. And he has addressed me as the NANS President. The Honorable Minister of Education addressed me as the NANS President. So what else? And Nigerian students see me as their President. So I don't want to go into that at all.
All right. In the course of all this struggle, you ended up in detention. What was the experience like? And would you also like to go back to that kind of environment again?
Well, it was a wonderful experience because it afforded me the opportunity of meeting somebody that is dear to my heart now. That's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Really?
I was detained, and the first day I was brought out, I saw him. I was shocked. So I now went close to him. I said, I am Comrade Atiku Issa. I wanted to introduce myself. I said, no, I know you. So he started telling me about what happened. So I became shocked. Then he told me that be strong. That was how I continued discussion with him for about 2 months. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is somebody I know very well, because if you stay with somebody on a daily basis and you are discussing with the person on a daily basis for about 2 months, because in detention, you don't have anything to do. You only sit down on a particular spot. And you are with this person on a daily basis. And you are always discussing. So you should know the kind of person that he is. And let me tell you that people don't know that it was prior to my meeting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I had thought that he was a wicked man who wanted to divide the country, because I am a patriotic Nigerian. And I don't want anything that will bring confusion in this country. So that was the mindset I had. But after meeting him, in the detention, I realized that the Fulanis, the Hausas, the Kanuris there are all loyal to him. You'll be shocked that he has more supporters in the DSS facility than he has outside. Because if anywhere you live and you have more than 95% of the people who are supporting you. Before I met him, a Fulani guy told me, because he said, oh, if you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he will like you because you can speak English. The guy does not understand English. We're always communicating in Hausa language, and in Arabic language. So he said, he will like you because you can speak English, and he's a good man. If you have any problem, tell him. He will help you. So that is how they see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Everybody in that detention facility, they see him as their leader. So it's not about a leader agitating for the Igbo cause. He's a leader agitating for Nigerians, for the betterment of Nigerians. So that is the person Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. So I have discussed with him severally. On a daily basis, he will tell me, Atiku will be strong. And along the line, now told me that, okay, I want you to play along so that they release you from here. I don't want you to continue to stay in detention. That was when I said, me, I'm ready to remain in detention. I said, no, this place is not good for you. Play along. Do whatever they want you to do. Get away from here and go and meet your family. I said, you are here. Say, don't worry. You go out. I don't want to see young men like you to be in detention. So that is the person we are talking about, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. A very passionate leader with compassion, and he has the interest of especially the masses at heart. And I think the problem he has, which is not a problem, is that he's too courageous and fearless. And that is why, to me, he is still in detention. Courageous and fearless.
All right, let's look at the issue of the government and Nnamdi Kanu. Some persons say that the government is using Nnamdi Kanu as a scapegoat to avoid addressing legitimate grievances. They argue that Showere, Igboho, the chairman of Meiti Allah, all of them had issues at one time or the other. But government discontinued with that case and wondered, why is Nnamdi Kanu's case different?
Yes, I agree with those who say that. And but I also want to say that this did not start with the administration of President Tinubu. He was arrested during the last administration, and because they don't want to address the real issues. This thing is very simple. Why?
What do you think are the real issues?
The real issues are the insecurity, marginalization, and inequality in the country. These are basically the real issues. Address these issues. On this, because I believe that President Tinubu is a listening president. Yes, and just like I said about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being fearless and courageous, which has put him in detention, one of the things that, though is not something that should be seen as a weakness, which the President Tinubu has, is that he's too loyal to his friends. And he always stands by his friends. So he will not want to do anything that will embarrass his predecessor. So for that reason, he's taking his time. But on this, I really want to appeal to the President and Commander-in-Chief that if the likes of Igboho, their cases will be discontinued. The chairman of Mieti Allah, their cases, Mieti Allah was arrested and detained in the same facility where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was detained. I was there, so I know all of these things. For security reasons, I won't mention the places. I know they are very, if you close my eyes, I can take you to the detention facility where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is currently, and where Mieti Allah chairman was before he was released. Don't forget, he was arrested. His boys were alleged to have stabbed a general. You see, his boys were alleged to have killed soldiers. I know all lives are equal, but the life of a military man should be seen as being special because they protect the lives of the of others. If any group that will attack military men, those groups should be seen as being extremely violent, and they should be condemned in totality. The military men deserve respect and honor because they are putting their lives to protect us. So now, this same man, his case was discontinued. A Fulani man, his case was discontinued. Yes, he's my brother, I'm happy the case was discontinued, but I'm not happy that military men were attacked. Now Igboho, who was agitating his agitation was very violent. So many lives were lost. Security personnel were attacked. Yet his case was discontinued because he's a Yoruba man. I did not meet Igboho, and I did not meet the chairman of Mieti Allah, but I heard a lot of things about them. But in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all the things, he has been in detention. If the last one and the one that he's still in detention started in 2021, for all of these years, if they have anything against him, why have they not brought it out? There's nothing against him, unlike these two people that their cases were discontinued. The President and Commander-in-Chief has the power by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he can direct the Attorney General of the Federation to discontinue with this case in the interest of national healing and unity of the country. The last time, he should know that these two men I mentioned do not have the kind of support that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has. Okay, I am in order now. As at this moment, I am still owing, as a result of the mobilization I did for people to come to Abuja to protest for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We knew that they were going to attack us. We were tear-gassed. We still protested. We are ready to lay down our lives for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because we believe that he has our interest at heart. So a man that has such support, I'm not talking about, let me tell you this, that in the entire of the Southeast, all the governors combined together do not have the kind of support that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has. All the governors combined together. And like I told you earlier, which is one of the things people see as the weakness of President Tinubu, and to me it's not a weakness. Just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's fearlessness and courage is not a weakness. The president is always standing by his friends. His friends in the Southeast know that once Mazi is released, they will not be able to rig, maim, and retain their offices. So they are the one running up and down to plead with Mr. President to continue with this case. Mr. President is a comrade. He has been in struggle for a long time. So there's no way he will allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to continue to be in detention. He would have since ended this shenanigan called trial, which has lasted for 4 years and nothing has come out of it. But because of these governors and some leaders, when we wanted to do the protest, I reached out to some senators from the Southeast, some leaders from the Southeast. Their responses made it clear to me that they were the ones behind the persecution for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because these people cannot win election. So on this, I want Mr. President to know, I, as the national president of NANS, I have taken steps, and I really want to be involved in this completely. One, I went to Kano, because there's one of the most vocal minds in terms of grassroots politics in Kano, Honorable Ilyasu Musa Konkoso, who was commissioner during the first time governorship position of Rabi Musa Konkoso. He was also commissioner when Mala Ibrahim Shekaro was governor. He was also commissioner when Ganduje was governor. He has been commissioner since the inception of this republic. Only in this, that is with President Tinubu, that is not a commissioner. I went to him, I told him that, you see, because he had called me before that the youths listening to you, especially in the northern part of the country, I want you to work for President Tinubu. So last week I went to him, I said, yes, I'm ready to work for President Tinubu on one condition. You are close to Ganduje, and you are close to the presidency. You are close to the National Security Advisor. Meet them. Let them discontinue with the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the interest of national healing, so that at least whatever position we take, people will not see us as being tribalistic, sentimental. Let them discontinue. If Igboho's case will be discontinued, our brother, the chairman of Mieti Allah's case will be discontinued. Let the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be discontinued, and then I can assure you that I will move around the entire north to campaign for President Tinubu. I will do that. I told him that. I went to Kano, I met with him, that this is the only reason. This I will do. I will also appeal to him that there's no need for agitation. The president, discuss with Mr. President all your grievances, so that these things can be settled amicably, so that the security of lives and properties in the Southeast and the entire country will be guaranteed. This is what we want. We have, you see, this diversity is good for us. As a northerner, why do I like the Igbo people? Most of them are resilient and they are courageous. That does not mean you don't have cowards among them. When you say a particular tribe has this character, what it means is that more than 70% of them, they have that character. But you can still have some persons again who do not have